So, good afternoon, everybody. It's great to be with you. I'm so happy that we could pull this together. Very grateful to Valley Beit Midrash, Rabbi Shmuley Yanklowitz, and of course to Diane and John Eckstein, who are sponsoring this event. I'm going to invite into the screen right now a couple of my collaborators for this, Satoshi Takeshi on percussion, and Mr. Jay Gandhi on Bansuri flutes. And as Shmuley mentioned, this is a very particular time in human history where in order to survive, we are being asked to be separated. And for musicians, this is a very challenging time in the sense that the only way we know how to do what we do is to be together in the same space. And with platforms such as Zoom, the platform allows us to collaborate for our sound to come through simultaneously. However, we are not at the same place at the same time. So if I were to snap or clap, the musicians I'm playing with are going to snap or clap in a slightly different place in the time spectrum. And yet we decided to make the effort to figure out how to still make music, first and foremost for our own well-being, and then to see if it will bring joy to other people. And we've done some experiments, and it's going pretty well. So we're very happy to be with you this afternoon. I started with a piyut, a liturgical poem from the 16th century called Ana Elech. Translation to English is, "Where from your spirit could I go?" And this is the poet Rabbi Israel Najara. This is his struggle of being a devoted spiritual man and saying basically, sometimes I need a break. Sometimes I need to just sit at the bar and have a drink. And he finds that everywhere he goes, he encounters the divine. It's a very profound message in that. And I thought it's also especially appropriate for this time where we are indeed separated from each other, and that there is holiness in the effort of coming together. We're going to continue with a relatively modern poem. This is 19th century Morocco from the Abihatzera dynasty. It's a very Kabbalist dynasty. So this poem is very mystical, and it's all about the 12 commandments. And it's called Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai our God. And you're going to hear some hints for the source of the music too, which is from Morocco in our sound. Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Eloheinu, לקח טוב נתן לנו, על יד משה רבנו, הודו לאדוני כי טוב, דודי ירד לגנו, דודי ירד לגנו, וחכה לה כי לשנו, במצוותיו ציוונו, סור מרע ועשה טוב, וביום השבת קודש, וביום השבת קודש, ויום שישה לחודש, החתן כלתו קידש, כשבט אחים הטוב, דגלו עלי אהבה, דגלו עלי אהבה, דודי דגול מרבבה, אדוני מסיני בא, ותראה אותו, ותראה אותו כי טוב. ברוך הוא ברוך שמו, ברוך הוא ברוך שמו, אשר ציווה לעמו, לא תישא לשווא שמו, אמר אלוהים לא טוב. אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אלוהינו, לקח טוב נתן לנו, על יד משה רבנו. הודו לאדוני, הודו לאדוני, הודו לאדוני, כי טוב, כי טוב. יעידון יגידון כולם כאחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, 32 נתיבות שבילך, וכל מבין סודם יספרו גודלך, מהם יכירון כי הכל שלך. המלך, ואתה אל המלך המיוחד, יעידון יגידון כולם כאחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לבבות בחושבם עולם בנוי, ימצאו כל יש בלתך שנוי, במספר במשקל הכל מנוי, כולם ניתנו מרועה אחד, יעידון יגידון כולם כאחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. הכל ממך נתבצבות, אתה תעמוד והם יעבדו עבוד, לכן כל יצור לך ייתן כבוד, כי מראש ועד סוף הלא אף אחד, יעידון יגידון כולם אחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, יעידון יגידון כולם אחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, ובתורתך אדוני אלוהינו כתוב לאמור, אדוני אלוהינו שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. So this song we just played, Kol Beruei Ma'ala Umata, all the creatures of heaven and earth, is a poem from the 11th century by Rabbi Shlomo ibn Gabirol, one of the great poets and Jewish commentators and thinkers of medieval Spain. And amazingly, this poem is all about the oneness of the earth, about how everything that we do affects everything else that happens. You know, here down on the ground affects what happens in the skies. What the creatures in the sea do affects what happens here on the ground, et cetera, et cetera. And it's amazing, like, that someone would think of all this 1,000 years ago, and we're still trying to absorb this concept here today. Originally, for those who are interested, this poem was written as what's called a reshut, permissible text, recommended text, before the Shema, before people say a particular Shema in the service. If you notice, the last words of the poem were Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. So he wrote this whole poem to bring people's attention deeper to the intention that is in that sentence that we often say at synagogue, and often we don't, dig deep enough into the meaning of it, the meaning of oneness. I wanted to introduce you a little more to the musicians who are here with me today, the brilliant musicians who are here with me today. On Bansuri flutes, this is Jay Gandhi. Jay is a master of Hindustani classical Indian music, but being born in the U.S. and living sort of back and forth between here and India, he's also able to bridge over and bring these amazing sounds into other forms of music, for which I'm extremely grateful. And on percussion, this is Master Satoshi Takeshi. So Satoshi and I are in Brooklyn. Jay's in Brooklyn too, actually, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so the three of us are in Brooklyn at the moment, but we're going to bring in another collaborator. This is Miss Shira Averbuch, and she is joining us from Holon, Israel, so suburb of Tel Aviv.
Everybody.
Hi.
11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Yeah, I hope my neighbors will be all right.
Just invite them to join the
party.
live stream. And one thing that's been interesting me in the last year or two. Sorry, I'm gonna just wipe my sweat. Been turning off all the air conditioners to try to optimize the sound. One thing that's been interesting me is bringing in, since Jews took melodies from their wherever they resided over the many years, be it melodies from Morocco, melodies from Iraq, melodies from Yemen, melodies from Poland, and adapted them to liturgical texts. I've been wondering about songs from North America, and songs that have particularly resonate with us, and that we could put a liturgical poem to, and where it might be a good match. So this is a little experiment of mine with a song you'll all know, and we're using the text of Yedid Nefesh, which is a poem we usually sing on Friday evenings, and yeah, you're gonna know this song.
ירוץ עבדך כמו אייל ישתחווה מול הדרך כי ירום לו ידידותך מנופת צוף וכל טעם הדור נאה סביב העולם נפשי חולה הפתח אנא עיניי רפן עליי בהרות לנועם זיווך אז תתחזק ותתרפא והייתה לך שפחת עולם יגלנה ופרוס חביב עליי את סוכת שלומך תאיר ארץ מכבודך נגילה ונשמח בה מהר אהוב כי במועד וכונני כי ימי עולם כי ימי עולם וכונני כי ימי עולם כי ימי עולם כי ימי עולם כי ימי
So that was Paul Simon's Bridge Over Troubled Water. I feel it's kind of appropriate for this time. And this is Shira Avilbuch with us. We're going to do one more in a similar vein where I picked something from a very old rooted tradition in this country, from the African-American spiritual tradition. Song is Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child. And putting it together with text from the Psalms, Shir LaMa'alot Esai Einai Le'arim, a song of ascents. I will turn my gaze towards the mountains. From where will my salvation come? We're gonna change the rhythm up a little bit, do it a little differently, but also honoring this tradition.
שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים. שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים. שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים. מאין יבוא עזרי, מאין יבוא עזרי. עזרי מעם אשר עושה שמיים וארץ. עזרי מעם אשר עושה שמיים וארץ. עזרי מעם אשר עושה שמיים וארץ. אל יתן לעמוד רגליך, אל ינום שומרך. הנה לא ינום ולא יישן שומר ישראל. הנה לא ינום ולא יישן שומר ישראל. הנה לא ינום ולא יישן שומר ישראל. השם שומרך, השם צילך, על יד ימינך. יום יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה השם ישמורך מכל רע ישמור את נפשך
That was Shira Averbuch.
Thank you.
We're going to say a small goodbye to her and have her back with us a little bit later. Thank you, Shira. We're going to move on to another poem by the same poet that we started the afternoon with, Rabbi Israel Najara. Surprisingly, he was the rabbi of, he did live in Tzfat, but then he was also the rabbi of Gaza. So there was a Jewish community there in the 16th century, apparently. And interestingly, well, today many Jewish scholars think of him as one of the greatest Hebrew poets of all time. During his life, he was scorned by many rabbi colleagues for several reasons. One of them being that he used to go to the local pubs and hang out with the local population, presumably predominantly Arab, and learn their songs. And really be with the people, knowing that most of his community did not necessarily know the Hebrew language that well, or how to read and write it all that well, but they knew the local songs that they heard in the pubs. And then he would write his liturgical texts based on those melodies, based on the rhythms that he heard in the pubs. So they would fit extraordinarily well with the Middle Eastern music of the area. And that is why so many of his poems are still sung today in communities from Iraq and North Africa to Turkey. So everywhere where, Middle Eastern and North African music is the predominant music, his poetry is very much beloved because it fits so well with the local melodies and rhythms. We're gonna do a song of his called Ya'ala Ya'ala. Ya'ala Ya'ala Boi Legani. Ya'ala is the female deer, so the doe. And this is kind of a love song inspired by Shir HaShirim, by Song of Songs, about two lovers who never seem to be in the same place at the same time. So one is calling to the other, inviting, come to my garden. The other is saying, I visited there, but you weren't there. Where did you go? And he says, no, give me another chance, et cetera, et cetera. So of course you could interpret it as a love song. You could interpret it as a song between people and the divine. And but the poetry is really gorgeous. And we're going to do a melody that is from Morocco to this song. יעלה, 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 בואי לגני, אין עץ רימון גם פח הגפני, אין עץ רימון גם פח הגפני, יבוא דודי, יחיש צעדיו, ויוכל תרי מגדיו, עם ידידי, אחו נדודיו, איך יחידה, ישב על גני, יאללה, 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 בואי לגני, אין עץ רימון גם פח הגפני, אין עץ רימון גם פח הגפני, שובי אליי, את בת אהובה, שובי את ואני אשובה, הנה אמי, זאת עוד כתובה, כי בתוכך אתן משקלי, יאללה, 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 בואי לגני, אין עץ רימון גם פח הגפני, אין עץ רימון גם פח הגפני. יאללה, בואי לגני, אין עץ רימון, גם פרחה גפני, אין עץ רימון, גם פרחה גפני. יאללה, בואי לגני, אין עץ רימון, גם פרחה גפני, אין עץ רימון, גם פרחה גפני. שער אשר נסגר, קומה פתח הוא, וצבי אשר ברח, אליי שלכם הוא. שער אשר נסגר, קומה פתח הוא, אשר ברח, אליי שלכם ליום ברכה די, לעלים בבן שדי, שם רכך טוב, עלי תניחהו. שער אשר נסגר, קומה פתח הוא, וצבי אשר ברח, אליי שלכם ראו יפה עין, אדום וטוב רואים, החירות וצבי אשר ברח אליי של החירות.
So again, you're listening to Satoshi Takeshi on percussion, Jay Gandhi on bansuri flutes, and we're going to invite back wonderful vocalist Shira Averbuch for one more song. It's going to be our last song. Before we do this, I wanted to thank again Diane and John Eckstein for their great generosity for sponsoring this event. I wanted to thank Valley Beit Midrash, Rabbi Shmuley Yanklowitz, and does amazing work in Arizona. It's so inspiring to follow him on social media and to keep in touch. And AJ Frost from Valley Beit Midrash, who was handling the back end for us. And again, it was a pleasure to be with you. Hoping for a day when we can be together in a concert hall. But for now, we're doing the best we can, and we hope very much that you enjoyed this show. We're going to do something a little different. We're going to do a text in English by a modern-day prophet from Montreal, Canada, Mr. Leonard Cohen, and this is his song, Hallelujah.
I've heard there was a secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do ya? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor falls, and the major lifts, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew ya. She tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I did my best. It wasn't much. I couldn't feel it, so I tried to touch. I've told the truth. I didn't come to fool ya. And even though it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord of Song with nothing on my tongue. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah,
Thank you. Satoshi Takeshi, Jay Gandhi, Shira Averbuch. My name is Dan Nadel. It's been a pleasure being with you. Thank you.
Thank you.